Hello, I'm Daniel Heaton. I'm Director of Facility Services for Lethbridge School Division here at our brand new Dr. Robert Plaxton Elementary in southeast Lethbridge. It's scheduled to be occupied and in use on September of 2021, and we are on time and on budget. In fact, we're actually a little under budget, so we're doing very well here. I think our design team and our contractors have put extra effort into this one. It is a more or less a duplicate of Coalbanks, but again, it's quite different in its color scheme inside, and the floor plan is flipped from Coalbanks. So coming to them, you probably won't notice that they're the same, but they are, and it's quite amazing to have this kind of new facility in South Lethbridge. We haven't had a new school down in South Lethbridge in 40 or 50 years. Speaking of that, with this new school, of course, that comes with some adjustments we're going to be making to student populations and alleviating some of our overcrowding problems that we have in some of our other South Lethbridge elementary schools. So that's going to be a benefit to the families and to the students. A little more elbow room, especially in these particular times of COVID, and we're still in it. So having this come online in 2021 is very good for our system, and we're looking forward to it. We have all the latest technology. It's not that much different from Coalbanks, but it's our standard now that we run through our system-wide, and we've been making renovations to other buildings to have the same technology and the same connectivity to the technology in our older buildings. This gymnasium here is just like the one at Coalbanks, and we'd like to thank the City of Lethbridge for their generous support. They gave us an extra $850,000 to build our gymnasium about a third larger, approximately a quarter larger than an elementary school of this size should have. They help us out because we have a joint use agreement that's been in place since the early 50s, the very first one in Alberta, and other communities are now looking towards this partnership between the school divisions and their local municipality. I'd like to thank the designers and the main contractor, Dawson Wallace Construction, for making this process very seamless and quite cordial, and we're getting it done.
My name is Jesse Potry. I'm an architect at FWBA Architects, and the architect who worked on the design of this school, the new Dr. Robert Plaxton Elementary. This school is very similar to the one at Coalbanks, but there are a few key features. The new Dr. Robert Plaxton Elementary School has a solar array on the rooftop and mounted on the wall of the south wall of the gymnasium that produces in excess of the annual predicted usage for the school, meaning that it's generating all the energy it needs on site. On the outside, we have an outdoor classroom and a alternative energy playground, which will help teach students about the other ways energy can be generated. So we have, of course, the solar panels on the school, but there are other ways that you can generate energy, and the playground goes through all those different ways and helps the students learn through play. On the interior, we also have a display which talks about alternative energy and will track live numbers as to what the solar panels are producing on the roof or on the gym. Building itself has a two-tone brick pattern on the exterior. There's kind of what I call a light mix and a dark mix, and there's a common brick that ties the two together, but you have this kind of positive and negative going around the outside of the building. On the inside, we have kind of a main gathering space. It's like a street in a city with doors that open onto it. So you'll have the learning commons, which can open up into the gathering space. You have these two project centers, which can open up onto it, and the gym, which is connected to it as well, and the servery where food can be served. So all these spaces serve to activate the kind of the core of the school, and so students can have the ability to see others learning and help create that culture of academic excellence.